Hello and welcome. It's Shanna. I'm so glad you're here today. Now this evening I'm going to be working with this Very Merry Christmas paper pad 6x6 that I got from Hobby Lobby. I've used it. I used it with some of my cards that I made earlier. But what I'm going to do tonight, have you ever found yourself with a piece of paper like this and you just pass over it because it's already got this design on there and you're not sure what you're going to do with it? Well, I typically do pass over these. But tonight I thought I'm going to try and make a card out of it and use it for a Christmas card. I think it'll be simple. I'm going to bring some additional elements into it, but what I plan to do is I'm actually going to use one of my A2 matting basic dies and just lay it down on here so that I can get a nice cut. And I'm just trying to line it up how I want it and just get a nice cut on it. And then I'm going to use some additional A2 layering basic dies so that I can have some pretty good layers. So I'm just bringing in my pixie tape, which I like to use for my die cutting. And if you watched my video the other night, I'm going to bring in my die cutting machine, but I'm going to use both hands and not the handle because this thing fell apart on me. So, and you will see that my plates are very, very well used. These things are pretty rough, but they'll work just fine. So I can just lay this on here and I'm going to crank it out. Normally I don't do die cutting on camera, but I thought it'd be really quick. And it's moving my whole desk, so I apologize for the camera moving. I'm trying to go slowly. Okay, and I hope that I got a good cut on that. So I'm just going to lift this up. I'm not using my handle. I was able to, I don't know if you noticed, I was able to get my handle back in there, but I don't trust it to not pull out, so I don't want the little accident that I had last time happening again. So I think I got a pretty decent cut on that. So then my plan is to take, and I should have just cut my machine there, is to take the next layer and actually just cut out a white panel. And this white panel is just going to be for, I'm going to use these strips that I've got laying on my desk. This is just the next size panel, and I don't need to tape it, and I'm just going to go off camera here real quick. I've got my die cutting machine laying right next to me, and I'll just do this real quickly as we talk. Anyway, I'm just getting this paper ready for my layering process, and I'll just bring it back in. You can see those plates are just trashed, but I keep using them. And I will tell you, I have boiled them. I've done the water boiling thing. I've done the dishwasher thing, and they do flatten out a little bit for you, but eventually I'll have to probably get some new plates. So now I've got this, and I'm planning to kind of layer it on here like this, but I'm going to use the scraps that I've acquired from several different projects. So I've got all of these down here, and these are all, pretty much colors that are in this particular card. And I'm just going to start laying them down, and they're going to just be in, all different kinds of orders. You've probably seen me do, if you've watched any of my videos, you may have seen me do this before, where I'll just take some scraps and just begin building a card with it. And I don't really have anything intentionally planned here. I'm just going to kind of go as is and just lay them down, and we'll just see how this turns out. I haven't done this in advance or anything, so my plan is to just get them laid down side by side. And let's see, and I'm kind of going with using the shorter ones because I know I've got a shorter edge here, and so I'm just doing that. And I'll probably cut off and use some of those on the other corner, maybe. So just getting these laid down. So let's see, today was Thursday. What did I do? Well, we had, both of my grandsons had a hair appointment today, so I went with my daughter and took them to get their haircut. So the my grandson, who's going to turn a year at the end of this month, actually got his first haircut. So that was cute, and she cut his little curls off the back of his hair and put them in a little tiny little Ziploc baggie for my daughter so that she could keep them, and they look so cute. Anyway, and then my older grandson, he's had multiple haircuts. These kids have pretty thick hair, and so he got his haircut as well. And then when we got done, we ran him through McDonald's to get him something to eat, and they were so worn out that they had fallen asleep in the car. So that was cute. Anyway, so that's what I did today, and that was about it. It just, we had a threat for some storms this evening, but I think they actually changed their minds on that. We got a little bit of rain. We got kind of a heavy downpour early in the day, and then we got a little bit more rain later. Now, I don't know. I'm going to have to use these big ones to get me across this area. So I'm going to have to use these really long ones. So it looks like I'm going to be going in the same order as I'm looking at what I have and what's going to get me across that panel. And these are just, like I said, these were just strips that I just cut off of, bottoms of papers and all that. And I'm just reusing them. And I think it's going to add some interest to this. I don't know. We'll see. I just thought I'd give it a shot and see what happens. Most of my card making is just kind of trial and error. Sometimes I get ideas from other crafters or sites or whatever, but mostly it's just me just playing around. I mean, that's what it's all about, just playing around and having fun. So I knocked some paper off on the floor. I may have to go retrieve it, but hopefully we're going to have enough. I didn't even try to figure out if I had enough. I just grabbed what I had, and now see, that one I'm going to have to lift up and pull a little bit further because I need it to go all the way to the top of that card to make sure it goes all the way up. And I think that'll just make it. Okay, and then I've got another black one. Now I'm putting it on the paper before I put it on the white. I don't know what I'm doing. So let's just do it like this. And I want to go all the way to the tip and lay it down. I've got some glue on my fingers. Okay, now, let's see. Let's see if I cut this off. Where are my scissors at? There. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and cut these off. And I hope that I was in screen. I didn't check, and it's very possible I might not have been. So I'm just going to cut these off just in case I might need them. Because I was thinking that I might need this green one, but I don't know that I can use it. It's not quite long enough. So I'm going to go to my little scrap folder and see if I have any other green like that. If not, our pattern's actually going to change. So I think we can probably go, oh, not quite. Let me see, we may have to go with our red one next. Yep, we're going to change our pattern now. So I don't think it'll matter. This is real random anyway. That's really close, but not quite. Let me see, what else do I have laying around here? I've got additional scraps. I'm just trying to see if I have a long enough one. Yes, I do. Okay, so I'm going to just grab my cutter and see what I've got here. I think I'm going to make a really, really thin green one that is the same color as what I have there. If I can do this, I don't know if I can make this work or not. This is a pretty thin cut. I think I need to go like this. Whoops. And then go up. Oh, I don't know. Let's see, that's going to be a really thin strip, but it'll go from top to bottom. Let me grab it, and then what it'll do is it will allow us to keep our same pattern. Yep, it's a teeny tiny strip, but I'll get it laid down. I'm gonna go all the way like that. Whoops. Get that laid down. And that's just a real fine strip, but that brings in our color. And let's see if this one will, that one will get us there. Okay, perfect. All right, I wasn't sure how we were gonna, if we were gonna have enough strips, because I didn't plan ahead. Just working on the fly here. And then we've got this big red one that'll get us to a point where I think we'll have enough. We will have enough long enough pieces to work with that. So I don't know why I'm kind of alternating between putting the glue on the card base and putting the glue on the strips, but that seems to be what I'm doing. So next I'm going to put a white piece down. And I think I'm just going to glue it all the way and then just bring my pieces in. I'll just finish that off, do this white. And you can do a random pattern or you can continue your pattern like I'm doing here. It's just whatever you want to do. And then our next piece is a black piece. And then our next piece would be a green piece. And I think I'll just try to decide what side I want to use. I want to use that one and just get it laid down. Okay, so there's our panel. We're going to see how this is going to turn out. So I'm just going to grab my, these are non-stick scissors since I've got all this glue on here. It's a pretty hot and humid evening. They say it's going to cool off, but what made me think of that is I can hear our neighbors in their pool. Sounds like the kids are out in the pool. I don't know if you can hear that or not. Probably not. So we're going to see what this is going to look like. And the nice thing about this panel is it's already got your cinnamon on there. And you could probably just, in fact, I was actually thinking about maybe just laying it on some pattern paper that's in the pattern, but I thought, well, that's kind of boring, and I thought I'd like to try this out. And so I've got this panel laid out, and I kind of like that. It's very festive, I think. So the next thing I'm going to do is, I kind of got a mess going here, is I'm going to bring the next layer up, and I think I'm just going to put it on a black panel. So I'll just move on over. I'm just going to die cut this out to the side real quickly, and I apologize for the noise because I'm sure I'm banging around stuff and everything. But my goal is sorry, table is shaking. That's why I don't normally die cut on the table. And I've actually got a die cutting station right next to my desk where I could just do it there. And I was thinking about doing this and laying this on there like that. That's an option. And then while I've got this, I'm going to take a minute. I'm going to move it over to my station here. And I have got this really bold colored paper that I'm considering matting this on. So is this the right size? I think it is, yeah. I've got this. So I'm going to lay it on here and see what this looks like. That's not something you would normally see. I mean, it's really bright. That is a bright, bright panel. And I think that could be fun. So let me know in the comments, would you do the green or would you do the black? You've seen my other cards, and I kind of tend to lean toward the black. And I think in doing that, if I go with the black, it lets these pop off and lets them be center stage instead of this. So I think, ooh, what was that? That was a fly. I think that's what I'm going to do. So I've got a card panel here, and I'm just going to build my card. And this is probably taking, oh, I've got I cut 2 of those out at a time. Well, that was nice. That's handy. So I got a couple of them ready. Anyway, this is taking longer than I anticipated for such a simple card, but I guess laying down those strips took a little bit longer. So I may have to pop them or speed that part of it up. Boy, it doesn't look like I folded that card very well. Just try and get this laid down with a nice little edge all the way around it. And then we'll lay this one down, and I'm just going very flat. So I said on my other videos with my Christmas cards, just going pretty flat with them as you mail them. And I think it'll work out just fine. Those A2 Matic Basic dies from Spellbinders just make a real nice cut. I did, when I was trimming the paper, I did cut the corner of that a little bit, but I think it'll be okay. Get that laid down. And I think that's, you know, that's a decent card. Like I said, from something I would normally shy away from. You know, a piece of pattern paper that already has kind of a cinnamon on there or whatever. Now, I did have, just to add a little silver to it, and I don't know, I'm trying to see where my jewel tool is, because I've got stuff all over my desk. Just grab one out of the drawer here. And I thought, for some fun, I would just put over this one, I thought I would just put, I've made some tags, and I've got this little circle that popped out of my tag, and I thought I would just add that on there, just for a little silver. And then I also had some stars I thought I could add on here. And I don't know if I really need that or not. I think I'll add it just because it's a pretty basic card. So I'm just putting this star over that particular snowflake that's on there. I think I'll just do the one. The one star. I don't know. I had another star that I was thinking about doing. But I think I'll just leave it like that and just do the one star and then the tree topper. And maybe I didn't even need that. But anyway, that's my card. I think it's cute. I mean, and I'm just using up my scraps, trying to use everything, just not waste. Oh, I moved that. I have to clean that up a little bit. There we go. Okay, so that's my card. Then I wanted to show you, I'm making my Christmas tags too, and I thought I'd show you one of those real quick. So I've got this scrapbook.com tag maker. And it's just called the Yay tag, and it has the tag and the little die cut for the circle in it. And I'm just, you know, my Christmas colors, as you can probably tell from my cards I made, are black and white. My tree is black and white. I have black and white ornaments, and that's how my tree is. So I'm making my tags for my Christmas gifts. And I thought, well, it's, you know, it's still July, and I've made a bunch of cards. You guys have watched me make a bunch of Christmas cards. And I thought I would do something different. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to make my tag. So I just took that die and cut the tag out. And then I made a panel that I could just kind of frame my tag with. I'm just going to kind of frame the edge of it like that with it. And then I cut this panel out here to lay down on it. And I'm just going to lay it down. And I've got a little edge on it so I can lay it down. And then I have this other die set from Spellbinders, and I need to find the name of it. If I don't have it laying out, I will link it in the description box below. Because I think I was trying to clean up my desk, and I think I might have put it up. So I'm just looking here real quick. Yeah, I did. Yeah, I will link it in the description box below so that you'll have the name of that. But anyway, and I took that same green, I don't know, is that chartreuse? It's a different green color. I mean, it is bold. And I just cut me out a tree. And I'm just going to lay my tree in the center of that. And that'll give me room to put my to, who my gift is to on there. And then the tag set also comes with like a reinforcer for your hole on your tag. And then you can also put a sentiment on your tag. And let's see, did I cut out? If I did, where did I put it? All right, I'm just for the essence of time, I'm going to bring in the other ones and show you. So you could write on there, who it's to or whatever, but I'm choosing to add like also a sentiment to it. So this is my Noel one that actually came out of one of my Spellbinders die sets, and I'll link that as well. And then here's another one I did. This one I just did with a strip, and these I did with a tree. But I thought I would just show you some ideas for some gift tags for your gifts. I love to really deck out my Christmas presents, my tree, and just really color coordinate everything. So I thought this would be fun, and I thought I would just show you real quickly how I made my tag, and I hope you enjoy it. If you do, consider giving me a thumbs up. Have a great evening, and I hope to see you again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.